Hello. The name's Schaefer. Granny Schaefer to my family, if and when they acknowledge me. Not that I'm complaining. Okay, maybe I am complaining. You see, I suffer from a peculiar disease. I'm invisible. That's right. My family, they can't see me. Or more accurately, they ignore me. You see, I'm just an old grandmother with nothing to say. I want to ask you something. If someone lied to you, cheated or stole from you, if they said things that made you feel stupid and worthless, or blamed you for everything bad that happens, if they physically hurt you or neglected you, what would you do? What would you do? Many of us think we would do something to stop it. But as you get older, sometimes it's not so easy. You're not sure who to call. Or you might speak very little or no English. You feel so dependent on others. Sometimes the very ones that are being unkind to you. So, over the next little while, we are going to show you some of the types of abuses that seniors may experience. We want you to go away with a greater awareness of abuse and ways to help yourselves and others to stop the silence. Just the other day, my friend Maria had a phone call from one of those pesky people who are always trying to sell you something over the phone. She was just sitting in her apartment knitting when the phone rang. Hello?
Hi, ma'am. How are you today?
I'm fine. Who is this?
My name's Ralph, and I'm looking for a Mrs. De Silva.
Why do you want her?
Well, you know, I have some very exciting news for her about some money that she's won. A friend of hers put us on to her, Mrs. Fernandez. Is Mrs. De Silva there?
Yes, this is Mrs. De Silva.
Oh, I'm speaking to Mrs. De Silva now?
Yes, that's right.
How are you, Mrs. De Silva?
I'm fine.
Well, you know what, Mrs. De Silva? You're going to be a lot better when you hear the news that I have for you. Mrs. De Silva, I hope you're sitting down because you have just won $10,000, Mrs. De Silva. $10,000. What do you say about that?
What? $10,000? What do you mean?
Well, let me explain. You see, I'm from the Canadian Endowment Society, and every month we award a cash prize to one of our customers from our customer base. And this month, Mrs. De Silva, that cash prize goes to you. $10,000, Mrs. De Silva.
Canadian Council? I've never heard of them. I'm not even a customer.
Oh, you don't have to be a customer, Mrs. De Silva. Your friend, Mrs. Fernandez, put us on to you.
And you select me?
Absolutely. That $10,000 is all yours.
Are you sure?
Am I speaking to Mrs. De Silva?
Yes.
Then I am absolutely sure. All we need to get from you is some information.
What kind of information?
Well, just to get that money into your bank account as soon as we can, I just need to confirm your name, get the bank where you bank, your bank account number, and a credit card number. And this is routine, Mrs. De Silva. We do this with every customer every month. And as soon as I get that information from you, I can get that money into your account immediately.
Well, I'm not sure. I have to think about this.
Mrs. De Silva, I can't believe you're saying no to $10,000. This is your lucky day. You have won the lottery, Mrs. De Silva. This is time to cash in your winning ticket. You know, and besides, if you hang up from me, that's it, because the money goes to the next person in our customer base, and I'm gone on holidays for 2 weeks. All I need is that information.
Well, $10,000. Yes, that's a lot of money.
It certainly is, and it's all yours.
Yeah, well.
All I need is that information, Mrs. De Silva.
Well, Okay, all right.
Great. I'll wait on the phone here while you get that information.
Okay, hold 1 minute. Well, you'll never guess. Maria didn't receive the $10,000. And yes, she was out $350. She believed him. Sometimes we're so lonely looking for someone to speak to. It happens a lot. It happened to my friend Maria. Wonder how Michko is doing. She's an old friend. Used to come to the community center, but then she broke her hip. Poor dear. She now lives in a senior's home. Her daughter couldn't look after her at home, but is always concerned about the care she's receiving because her mom doesn't speak English. And in her case, it was a good thing her daughter was concerned.
Hi, Mom. Genki?
Oh, Melanie, what a surprise. I didn't know you were coming.
Are you well?
I'm fine.
Is everything all right?
Everything is fine. Why do you ask?
Are you sure?
I'm fine. Really, I'm okay.
You don't sound okay. Mom? Where's the clock radio?
I give it to somebody, I think. Or maybe I lost it. I can't remember.
You gave it to someone? Who? I just bought it for you.
Oh, it must, well, I guess it must be around here, I guess.
It's not here.
Don't worry about it. It'll probably show up. Look, Melanie, how are you?
Why are you trying to change the subject, Mom? I want to know what happened to your clock radio.
Melanie, don't worry about the clock. Just take me downstairs to see the flowers.
Mom, I'll take you down to the courtyard, but you have to tell me what happened to the clock radio.
I can't tell you. He said he's going to hurt me.
What? Who said they would hurt you?
But I live here, Melanie. You don't. He can really make things bad for me.
I don't want to make things bad for you, but if you don't tell me who's been threatening you, I'm going to take you out of here right now.
Andy.
Andy? Andy?
Melanie, please don't do that.
If this Andy is stealing and threatening you, it's got to stop right now.
Yes, I know, but please speak to the director first. Remember, I live here, and I don't want lots of fuss.
I was going to speak to the director. I promise not to get angry, but this has to stop right now.
Melanie. Okay, that's fine.
Stealing, threats, abuse, both mental and physical, happens quite frequently to elderly immigrant women in seniors' homes. People think they can take advantage of us because we are old and can't speak English. It's bad enough when strangers treat you badly, but the worst is when your own family don't care. So ungrateful after all you've done for them. When you need them, they're too busy, too selfish. For instance, Esther, she comes to the community center every now and then. She does so much for her family. I don't think they treat her very well, but she never complains.
Hi, Mom.
Hi. Hi.
We're starving. I can't stop to speak now. We're hungry.
You could at least pick up your coat.
Whatever.
I have been cleaning all day.
Mom, you heard me say that we're hungry. We're starving. Come, sit and have some.
You know, I don't eat that.
Yeah, we certainly don't eat your crappy food.
I am looking at the news.
Well, I want to watch my own show.
I want to look at the news.
Give it to me.
No.
Sarah, what have you done? It's your grandmother. Say you're sorry and help her up right now.
No.
Sorry, Mom. I know she didn't mean it. You know how kids are these days, and she's just a kid.
It's not the first time this has happened, and it probably would not be the last.
Now, is that any way for you to speak about your own granddaughter? I'm sure you must have done something to your mother or grandmother around her age. Oh, I noticed the postman was here today, and he brought you your check. Now I want you to sign it.
This is my check.
I
This
know.
is my money. What do you want with it?
Must we go for this every single time? It's my check. It's your check. I don't want to sign it. I want this and I want that. I am tired of you. Have you any idea how much it costs to keep you? Food, clothes, insurance, gas for the car? Must I go on? For this little amount of money, every month is the same thing. Now, will you sign the check?
It's my money. I would like to have some of it just in case.
Just in case what? You don't need money. I provide everything for you. What do you want money for? What you going to do with it anyhow? Sign the check. Thank you. Sarah, let's go shopping, honey. Get your coat.
Finally. Here.
If you're going out, could you please buy me some groceries?
Maybe, but I'm not going to that store where you like to shop. It's too far, and I'm going out this evening, and I have to come back to get ready. But you're not staying home. You're coming with us. I'm going to take you to the community center.
I don't feel like going. My hip hurts.
You're just saying that to get me in trouble.
Mom, I'm not having another argument with you. You're coming with us. Get your coat on.
Can you please hurry up? We've only got a couple of hours.
Come on. Sarah, help your grandmother out to the car.
I'm not going with you. Just leave me alone.
Fine.
I asked her to help you out to the car. Why are you behaving like that? Come on, let's go.
Hi, Esther. What happened to you?
You know me, clumsy Esther. I fell on my hip.
Esther, you're going to have to go to the doctor.
I'll be all right.
Are you sure?
Yes. Thank you for caring. It's nice to feel that.
Let me get you a coffee and some cookies.
I'm not that hungry. You can go ahead.
But they're your favorite cookies.
Yes, no, thank you.
Listen, you're not just going to sit there like a bump on a log. You've got to do something, Esther. I'm going to get you some coffee.
Oh, no, no. I was just trying to tell her that I don't have any money.
Oh, it's okay, Esther. It's free today. Are you sure you're okay?
Yes, why?
Well, you arrived with a sore hip. You refused your favorite cookies, and you seem very nervous. You don't seem yourself at all.
What's the matter?
I was just asking her if everything was okay with her, because she doesn't seem herself.
Oh, Esther, you're going to have to tell us. We're your friends. We want to help you.
You can't help me. What are you going to do? Change my family?
Did something happen at home, Esther? Sometime it will help just to talk about it. Tell us what's wrong.
Where do I begin? My daughter took all my money. My granddaughter have no respect for me. She is the one responsible for my sore hip. She pushed me and I fell. They buy junk food, which I can't eat. They treat me like a child, like I am worthless.
Oh, Esther, you can't let that continue. You've got to do something.
They're my family. They're all I have.
But that doesn't give them the right to take advantage of you. I'm going to give you the name of an agency you can call that'll help you. And if they can't and it's more serious, you're going to have to phone the police.
Police? I can never do that.
Oh, Esther, if you don't, we will.
It's very sad and tragic when the people you love and depend on are the same people abusing you. Abuse is never right at any age. And remember, you are not alone. There are people who can help you to stop the silence. Don't let what you've seen here remain here. Take it home with you. Spread the news. We are not invisible, and we do not have to be victims.